Okay, let's move forward the BR10 series video controller's software operation. Before that, I need you to confirm some things. So first of all, you need to connect the controller's input source to the input content and to connect the controller's output port to the displays. And have the control PC, or you have the control PC have the RG45 network cable, or you have RS232 to control the controller. Okay, after this we can just start our operation. So before this during this demonstration, you could see that from the left side it's the software interface is we just prepared to show the operation steps, and the right side is the operation I play, so you can just saw what we operated and the real application to the right side. Okay, let's start. This is the interface of the video controller's software. The name we call the image splitting processor. And this is the whole interface. You can see we have the two main bars, the operation bar and the system bar. We will just show you one by one with the different buttons. And from the left side, you can see this is the source list. You can check how many sources are there and how many ports you connected. So this is one of the software's advantage, which you can saw the sources you connected and successfully directly. For example, this demonstration, the video controller have 16 HDMI input port, and I connected the HDMI input port 1, 3, and 4. So you can saw this port, HDMI port, have the green shadow, like this have the signal source. This is the signal, the source list. And here has the device list. The device list is this controller's communication ways. So later I will show you how you log in at the first time and how you just finding the IP and changing the IP. And here you have the scenes list. The scenes list you will saw if you operated the different contents and different scenes, you can just save the scenes here, and the same with previous one, you can to roll call the different scenes in here. So I'm gonna just clear this scene first, then later I will to create the new one. Okay, let's check it one by one. From the right corner side, the right top corner, this is just hide and show the bar line. And in the left bottom side, you can saw the status of the communication, because this one is connected successfully. So you will saw the connected status is connected, means successfully logging and successfully to control this video controller. And if not successfully, the word will just change to not connected. Okay, let's check one by one. The first is the device manager. Okay, from here you can saw we have the IP, and you can see the port, you can see the read board and the type of this video controller. This is one way to control this video controller is IP through the IP address. And if you want to change this video controller to your on-site, to meet your on-site VLAN, I mean in the same network signal, first of all, you need to change your control PC firstly to with the video controller's IP in the same network signal. Means we have default IP and you can modify the IP. So after you connect and control successfully, you can from here to modify the controller's IP to meet your on-site environment. Okay, this is the RG45 control one. Another is RS232. After you connected, you can double-click the devices and see this is not connected, and double-click. All right, this connected means successfully to control the video controller. Okay, this is the device management. Okay, here comes with the video wall. As you know, the BR10 Pro, we can divide it into 4 different groups. You can add the different groups in here and rename the different group in here. The screen type, we can support the LCD and the LED. Here is the added with the setting, means the agreement of the screen. So you can like set the 2x2, 3x3, or 4x4. This is the horizontal and the vertical type. You can set it here. Here comes the resolution. The standard resolution of the video controller's output is 2K. So if you want maybe have the other types of displays or have the LED different pixels, we'll have the different resolutions. We can do the backward and the EDID, the resolution of the output port, so you can set in here. And for the screen mapping means you can set your screens like 1, 2, 3, 4 to the 8. You can just to set up the freely. For example, this type we connected the controllers. We have 16 output ports. We connect from HDMI 1 to the HDMI 8. So we connected the 8 ports to output. But actually we just connected the 4. So I will just show you. We just connected 1. You can see here, 2. So after the video setting, we just back to the run setting, means the scenes list. Just now we already talked, if you wanted to use this one, firstly you need to save the scenes first. For example, just now we already operated the scenes. I can just save it here and rename. Okay, here, so see here comes the scenes 1 and have the pattern in here. I will change. Okay, this is gonna to rename scenes 2. See, you will saw the 2 scenes in here. We just saved and have the different patterns. You can saw which items and how you operated the scenes. After this, you can do the run setting. We saved the 2 scenes in here, and you can add the scenes 1, scenes 2 to the scenes list. So you can just run these 2 scenes by, for example, by 3 seconds. Then you can save. Okay, it shows the scenes data was successfully saved. After this, you can, in here, you can run the scenes, or you can recall or call the scenes by 3 seconds. All right, okay, let's stop it here. Here it has the default windows. Let's see this one. So after you got the default windows, this one's just no changing, and it shows how many you just connected in here. Okay, let's cancel. And we have the layout. The layout, you can preset your different operations. After you add it in the control PC, it will automatically to show to the screen. But seems like this function we are still under the developing. So after this, the button will just get to blue. Now this green one. Okay, so this is the pre-layout and the layout function. And here you can check the input grouping. So the input grouping will manage the same input source can be to the different groups, like if you have 16 different input sources, but you have 4 DVDs and you have 4 control PCs, so you can manage in here at the PC groups 4 sources and DVD groups 4 sources. Like this, you can manage the different input source to the different groups. Okay, this is the open window. The open window means if just to open all the signals to the screen and quick and positioned. You can see here. Just to open, for example, this I just operated the HDMI source 1, so you can open HDMI source to all the screens quick and positioned. This, okay, here has some quick position, like you can have the whole screen, the single screen, and the splitted screen. BR10 Pro, the video controller, we can open the 2 different contents in one screen. Means you can open 2 different sources in the screen. So here comes the custom screen and lock. You can lock and unlock the content in the software. The external is we are not released yet, because this one is controlled by the third-party system like the central control. Well, it's not released yet. So let's back to the system. The language. We so far we support the English version and we support the Chinese version. Means in the future maybe we can start with other languages. But I think maybe so far these 2 modes can use properly. If you want to change the language, you need to, after you modify the language, you can restart the software. Then it can successfully change the language. Okay, this is the import and export. I think this is another advantages of this video controller. You can import the different the signal source, and you have maybe the camera list. You can import the files and also can export the files as backup or the other uses. So you can use these 2 buttons in here. And the user, as you know, we also support the multi-user management, and different users can have the different promotion and different authorities. The first log is the name. The name is the ADMIN, and the password is also the ADMIN. You can put the username and password at the first time. After successfully, you can modify the password in here. And here comes the different users. You can set the username and the password and have the notice the remark in here. And you can add different users in here. Here is the update button, and the device button. You can you can reset this video controller as the factory remote. So this button you can use. And the other advantages of this one, as you know, we have the cooling fans in the video controller, and it's hot swappable. But in on-site situation, you can change and adjust the fan speed. You can just click to the low mode, the mid mode, and the high mode to keep and make sure the controller in the normal temperature to meet the environment. And here comes another interesting function called brightness adjusted. I'm going to show you. This one is kind of the interesting. You can adjust the screen's brightness. You can see here. In some on-site the places, sometimes maybe the screen's brightness is not in the same bulk, so can occur the different situations like the first screen's color may be a little bit different with the second and the others. So it's not like the same bulk. So under this situation, you can use these functions to adjust the brightness to meet all the screen's brightness. You can set like by group. You can set as by the screens. So it's kind of very interesting and functional features in here. this is a device, and about you can so the information of this controller's control card, the backboard, and the HDMI card, the version. This one is for the future maintenance. Just in case if the control card or the HDMI card if have some problems, you can check this version just to connect our engineer directly. We will meet your version to give you the suitable technical support. Clear function, whole screen, this is the same like the operation board, so we just stop it. Okay, let me show you another interesting things from the source list. You can right click, you can show some items. The first is OSD setting, so we support the subtitle editing. For example, if I added some words in here and upload to the software, so you can saw from the left corner, you can saw this subtitles we just added, and you can also add the background color. For example, I choose this color and upload. Because I connected the transparency, so I'm not to transparency here. You can show this subtitle with the background color. With you can change the color, and you can change the different font, and you can change the position in the screen. Also, if you just want to remove the background color, you can click the background transparency in here. See, this is this one. Okay, another is EDI setting. We all know that the video controller's input source have the EDID function. You can just select your EDID file in here and just click OK, will be OK. And the other right click, you can see we can cut the signal source by pixels, like the top, the bottom, the left and the side. You can cut it by pixels in here. To after cutting your signal source, you can meet and enlarge the signal source to the full screen. This way is cutting. And you can rename your input source. The property of the HDMI port, the signal source one is HDMI, the type and the resolution in here. And from the operation side, for example, if you right-click the signal source one, you will saw it can just run at the top, the bottom, and you can close this window, and you can select the video source in here. Because the video controller will automatically read how many inputs and how many outputs of this video controller. So this video controller have 16 input ports and 16 output ports. You can connect in here, just select the video source, and also have the zoom in, zoom out, like the picture in picture, the overlap, this function. This is a very normal and simple function. You can log this signal in here, full screen, and property of this HDMI. So I think this is the simple introduction of BR10 Pro video controllers software. It's not the full, just a part of. So you can reference this one, and if you have the questions, you can just ask our sales directly or contact our engineers. We will just stand by to support you and your project. Okay, thank you.